behind what appeared to be a routine test session at Fiorano lies a story that is quietly shaking the internal foundations of Formula One. Without major attention or high expectations, Lewis Hamilton delivered something unexpected, a performance that was not only impressive, but also began to reshape how Ferrari views its own future. More than just lap times or early adaptation, what Hamilton demonstrated has subtly created new pressure on Charles Leclerc and forced Frédéric Vasseur to manage team balance with extreme care. This situation opens up a possibility that once seemed unthinkable. Could Ferrari now be witnessing the emergence of a new leader within the team? And if so, how quickly will that shift truly take place? Let's discuss. It all began with what seemed like an insignificant session. Ferrari conducted a tyre test at Fiorano under fully controlled conditions, including wet simulations, along with technical programs restricted by regulations. There were no performance targets, no time comparisons, and certainly no competitive conclusions expected from this session. However, in Formula One, what matters most is often not what is planned, but what actually happens on track. This is where Lewis Hamilton began to show something unusual. In the crucial gap between the Japanese and Miami rounds, every lap he completed was not merely about maintaining fitness, but about accelerating his adaptation process in ways even Ferrari had not anticipated. In wet conditions where grip is unpredictable and even small mistakes can have major consequences, Hamilton immediately looked confident. There was no hesitation, no gradual process of finding the limit. From the very beginning, he displayed complete control, sharp understanding of grip, and high sensitivity to the car's behaviour. Every lap reinforced one clear message. This was not a driver learning, but a driver who already understood. Ferrari quickly began to notice something surprising. The data they gathered did not reflect a driver in an adaptation phase, but someone already in sync with the car. More than just speed, Hamilton consistently reproduced the same level of performance with remarkable stability. This directly shifted internal perceptions of the SF26, which had previously been full of uncertainties across various conditions. Lewis Hamilton's contribution extended far beyond raw speed. His technical feedback was regarded as exceptional by Frédéric Vasseur. Hamilton possesses a rare ability to translate every sensation he experiences on track, from car balance and tyre response to aerodynamic characteristics, into concrete data that engineers can immediately utilise. In a development phase where the car is still searching for direction and competitive identity, this kind of quality becomes an invaluable asset, potentially even a decisive advantage over rivals on the grid. However, behind these significant contributions, a new internal dynamic has begun to emerge, one that cannot be ignored. Charles Leclerc, who has long been the centrepiece of Scuderia Ferrari's project, is now facing a different reality. He has not lost his speed, and his performance remains at a high level, but his key advantage, his deep understanding of the car's characteristics, is gradually being challenged. Hamilton, in a very short time, has reached a comparable level of understanding, creating a new balance within the team structure. This situation could spark a more intense internal rivalry, while also offering Ferrari the opportunity to develop more rapidly with two drivers of equally elite technical calibre. This is the beginning of invisible pressure. There is no open conflict, no sharp statements, yet the shift in team balance is becoming increasingly evident. Ferrari is no longer in a position of waiting for Hamilton to adapt. On the contrary, he has arrived fully prepared to compete at the highest level from the outset. His presence has instantly reshaped the team's internal dynamics, influencing decision-making processes, race strategy approaches, and even the future direction of car development, which must now accommodate the high standards he brings. The Fiorano test has taken on a significantly different meaning. What was once seen as merely a technical session has now transformed into a crucial reference point for understanding Ferrari's future direction. Engineers have begun analysing Hamilton's data with a much higher level of precision, realising that the telemetry he produces is not just fast, but also precise, stable, and consistent across varying conditions. More importantly, the quality of this data provides a strong foundation for car development, enabling the team to formulate more accurate and targeted solutions in their pursuit of a competitive edge. Ferrari now possesses not only a competitive driver, but also a figure who acts as a catalyst in the development process, a living tool capable of significantly accelerating the car's evolution through experience, technical sensitivity, and sharp on-track analysis. This kind of presence offers value that cannot be measured solely by lap times, but rather by how quickly the team can identify the right development direction. However, this major advantage also brings unavoidable consequences, direct comparisons with Charles Leclerc, as well as increasing internal pressure that is gradually shaping a new dynamic within the team. Looking ahead, all eyes are on the Miami round, a crucial moment where all this progress will be tested under real race conditions, not just simulations or private testing sessions. Ferrari is reportedly preparing several key upgrades, and Lewis Hamilton's impressive performance at Fiorano has significantly raised expectations within the team. Even so, publicly, Ferrari continues to downplay the excitement and maintain a conservative narrative, recognizing that consistency on race day remains the only true benchmark. Frédéric Vasseur's cautious stance may, in fact, be the clearest signal that something significant is unfolding. In Formula One, when a team as big as Ferrari chooses not to exaggerate positive news, it often means the real impact is far greater than it appears. Responding to the situation, Vasseur delivered a measured statement. He emphasized that the team does not want to rush into conclusions based on a single test session, although he acknowledged the positive signs from the performance shown. According to him, what stood out most was not just the speed, but the quality of the technical feedback provided, something he considers essential in the car development process. He also added that Ferrari is currently in a phase of fully understanding the car's potential, and contributions like these help accelerate that process. However, Vasseur stressed that team balance remains the top priority, and that all drivers play equally important roles in pushing the team forward. In a cautious tone, he concluded by stating that the season is still long, and Ferrari must remain focused on building consistency before talking further about its potential opportunities. In the end, what happened at Fiorano is not just a small part of the testing calendar, but an early signal of a major shift taking shape within Scuderia Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton's rapid adaptation, the team's internal response, and Frédéric Vasseur's careful approach all point to one thing. Ferrari now holds far greater potential than previously anticipated. However, alongside that opportunity lies a significant challenge in maintaining balance with Charles Leclerc, who remains a key pillar of the team. Now it all comes down to how Ferrari manages this situation on the actual racetrack. Will Hamilton immediately establish himself as the team's primary benchmark, or will Leclerc respond and maintain his position? And in your opinion, is this the beginning of a new era of Ferrari dominance in Formula One, or the start of an internal rivalry that could shake the team from within? Share your thoughts below.